It's a pleasure to call Greg Smith to give his maiden speech.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and it is a pleasure and a privilege to follow three such eloquent and powerful other maiden speeches. Madam Deputy Speaker, I had originally intended to make my maiden speech on the 15th of January, but something much more exciting happened at 1:30 in the morning on that day when my wife gave birth to our second child, Charlie. And with your indulgence, Madam Deputy Speaker, I would like to thank the wonderful NHS staff at Stoke Mandeville Hospital for the care they gave my wife and Charlie. Most importantly, I would like to thank the 37,035 electors of the Buckingham constituency who voted for me in December. I will work tirelessly to repay their trust, determined and principled in my advocacy of all my constituents' concerns. And to be here today is only possible, like all of us, due to the support I receive from those nearest to me, not least my incredible wife, Annalise, for whose support and patience I will remain forever grateful. Plus our 3-year-old son, Jacob, who doesn't quite understand why Daddy isn't around so much. I hope he will read this in Hansard one day and understand just how much of my daily motivation comes from him. I'd also like to pay tribute to the dedication of my predecessor, John Bercow, who served Buckingham for over 22 years. During the campaign, many local residents remarked that he had been an assiduous constituency member of Parliament, a trait I seek to emulate. Although I am certain that John and I would have clashed, certainly in more recent years, over our views on Britain's membership of the European Union. For me, as someone whose first interest in politics was sparked by a horror at the Treaty of Maastricht, it is with particular pride to have been elected as part of this Conservative majority, mandated to get Brexit done, and to be making my maiden speech in the first debate since our country became an independent nation once more. As we forge a brave new, outwardly looking path in the world, I look forward to playing my part in supporting this government's positive agenda, on the side of aspiration and opportunity, low taxes and high wages, delivering world-class public services and spreading free markets across the globe. The 335 square miles of the Buckingham constituency are as beautiful as they are dynamic. From the medieval market town of Prince's Risborough and oldest recorded parish in England of Monk's Risborough, the market towns of Winslow and Buckingham accompany over 100 vibrant, community-spirited villages and hamlets, too many to mention here today. Steeped in history, Stowe, Ascot House, Wadston Manor, all add to the rich heritage of my constituency, not to mention the Prime Minister's country gaff, Chequers. We have a rural economy where farming is so important, but that is coupled with manufacturing, retail, and new high-tech industry and jobs in our enterprise zones. The University of Buckingham, under the leadership of Sir Anthony Selden, is the largest single employer. In an era of our universities having something of a reputation as seedbeds for left-wing radicalism, I was delighted to discover the Hyatt Library in the centre of their new Vincent building, complete with the country home of the Institute of Economic Affairs. And it is an absolute personal pleasure, as a motorsport fan since I was 8 years old, to represent roughly half of the iconic Silverstone circuit. And as an aside, going completely off topic, is it not time that the greatest living British sportsman with 6 world championships and counting should be recognised with a knighthood in our honours system? Now, my constituency faces threats on multiple fronts. HS2, the Oxford to Cambridge Expressway, and overdevelopment, not least from the outrageous expansionist plans of Labour-run Milton Keynes. One of my early mentors in politics, a former member of this House, the late Eric Forth, once said to me that the most powerful question in politics is simply why. So let me put it this way. Why would we take people's homes, cut their farms in two, blight the landscape, destroy 108 ancient woodlands, and risk the chalk streams of the Chilterns? All for a 60p return on every pound spent, and no benefit to my constituents when other solutions exist. It is my passionate belief that our countryside is the defining feature of our United Kingdom. There may be those who believe it's somewhere you occasionally go for the weekend, and what does it matter if you build over it or slam a new railway through the middle? But they are wrong, for when it is gone, it will be gone forever. Nor should our countryside ever be treated as the bit between the towns and cities. For we are dynamic, home to thousands of successful rural businesses, big and small, many of which, but by no means all, grow and rear the food everyone needs and enjoys. So turning to the agriculture bill, I must declare an interest in that my wife's family are farmers, in receipt of subsidy. Indeed, I have learnt so much from a real hero of British farming, my father-in-law, not least because at family dinners he only has two settings: silence and talking about farming. It is extremely welcome that this bill now recognises the central aim of food production. And freeing our farmers from the CAP is one of the major benefits of leaving the European Union. But unwinding from decades of bureaucracy and building a system that properly rewards quality food production and enhancing our biodiversity is not straightforward. To give the classic countryside answer to the city dweller who stops to ask for directions, I wouldn't start from here. This bill gives certainty, and I welcome it. But as the clock is against me, I cannot better conclude, Madam Deputy Speaker, than by quoting Margaret Thatcher's closing words in her speech to the National Farmers' Union in 1986. There is an independence and a stability in farming upon which Britain depends and which Britain cannot afford to lose. Agriculture means so much. Our farming future must be assured. Yeah.